Okay, so I don't know who saw the video I posted this morning about my struggle with self-advocacy. Meaning I have a hard time sticking up for myself when I know that I'm not responsible for something, and often I take the blame when I shouldn't. But after I forced myself to do that, I ended up having a very cool experience where I'm in the store buying a dog crate. By the way, I tried looking online to buy a used dog crate. People who are selling dog crates out there, I have to break it to you. You're literally selling crates for like more money than I can buy them at the store. I'm not paying that much for a used dog crate. Now, I get you, if you're going to some fancy pet store, they might cost more, but yeah. Anyways, while I was at the store, after I forced myself to advocate this morning for myself in my situation where I'm staying because our plumbing's not working, I ended up running into the first lady who basically gave me like this little pep talk about, you are a beautiful young lady. If you need help with something heavy, you're supposed to ask a strong man if he's standing there. She's like, I know you could do it yourself, but look, there's a nice strong man right here. He can help you. She was talking about her son. So her son put the dog crate for me into the cart. Thank God, because that thing was heavy. I mean, I was going to do it, and I know I would have done it, but it would have looked bad. So having a nice, strong man to help me was a really good thing. And I loved how the universe took a moment to use this woman to basically not just confirm, but to support. Yeah, you're allowed to say, hey, help me. Hey, I got a problem. I didn't cause the problem. It's just a problem. Meaning, like, I'm not physically big enough to lift the crate up because it's almost the same size and weight as I am. A little late on the dog crate training, but it needs to happen because Odie has a lot of anxiety. So this is for him when I go out, because I want to start doing stuff with the kids out in the city, and it's starting to get hot out, which means I can't keep him in the van. So he needs a dog crate. And I got one that actually has a divider, so I can put Cuddles in there too without him having to chew the crap out of her. Anyway, so that was the first woman. She basically, I love that. I love that the universe was like, hey, you need to hear this. You are a beautiful young lady, and if someone's there who can help you, ask for help. And then the next one was, I ended up talking to a wonderful woman. And normally I avoid these people, right? The ones that are selling the MasterCards or credit cards. But I ended up talking to her for a good 15-20 minutes, and she helped me get the rest of my stuff and checked me out. And it was fantastic. It was like one of those connection moments where it just, you gotta live in the now. If I had been worried about going home or this or that, I probably would not have embraced the moment and just went with the flow. But I decided to, and I mean, I didn't do the credit card thing. It got declined because my home address still says I live in Ontario, and I was getting the card mailed to somewhere in Calgary. I think they thought I was fraudulent. I don't need the credit card anyways. I was doing it because it was going to save me $45. It seemed like a good idea. Anyways, but yeah, she and I had a great conversation, and it just uplifted my spirits today because, you know, it took a lot of courage for me to advocate for myself this morning. And then having this, and she's like a motherly figure, and is older than me. I'm probably not as old as her kids, but it was just a really nice connection. And I had such a great time talking to her. And she was so good to me. And I felt like we had a really great talk. Anyways, people are staring at me now. So I'm going to go. But I wanted to share that with you guys. The universe gives us blessings when we learn our lessons, and it will give us support. And it's these little lessons, these little moments where we actually finally step into, you know, that uncomfortable place that we know we need to go but don't want to go, that really help us grow. And those are the places and the things that the universe really rewards us for. Because I did this morning choose to advocate for myself, and I picked me, but I kept peace. I wasn't, you know, hostile or upset or anything. I was very polite, very considerate, but I did make it clear that I wasn't going to be paying for the plumbing issues because it wasn't my fault. And then the universe just kept sending me blessing after blessing. And I do find these blessings, right? These are total blessings for me. So anyways, I wanted to share that with you guys. I had a fantastic experience. Now I'm going to go home and see if my swimsuit still fits. I've lost a lot of weight. I'm a little worried. Well, we'll see. I'm going to give it a go. If not, I might be back at the store buying swimsuits. You know, the craziest part about making more money is learning to spend more money. Energy, it has to have a reciprocal flow. So if you want to start earning a lot of money in, you have to learn how to start spending more. And it's funny how that can be the hardest part of switching your mindset in the money game. But I'm getting there. I'm having fun with it. Anyways, that was my story. I self-advocated. The universe not only gave me confirmation that I did the right thing, but gave me a lot of support and a lot of good energy in return. So it's worth it. It's worth stepping into the uncomfortable and completing that lesson that the universe wants you to learn. If you still find yourself in situations over and over again, they're like, why is this shit still happening to me? There's a lesson in there somewhere. Whether you think it's about choosing yourself or not, I have found for me, it's always been about choosing myself in these lessons. Whether it was like stating this something makes me uncomfortable, or whether it was like I was doing something for somebody else that actually hurt me, whatever the case was, in the end, it always turned out that the answer was learning to self-advocate and choosing myself and choosing my love for me, right? Respecting myself, honoring myself, loving myself, being true to myself. It's funny how that always ends up being the lesson, one way or another, you know? Anyways, I want to share that with you guys. I hope you have a great day. I'm gonna, like I said, go see if my swimsuit fits.